Debbie Wasserman Schultz does not believe that independents should have a choice in primary elections. Now, she actually recently said this on MSNBC Live yesterday. Quote, "I believe that the party's nominee should be chosen," and by the way, this is Debbie Wasserman Schultz's opinion, that the party's nominee should be chosen by members of the party. Great. So let's just shut out 40% of the electorate that identifies political independence from the nominating process. Great. You know, aren't you supposed to be like, I don't know, favor of democracy? No. That's only if you put yourself into a specific box. Then, of course, we'll allow you the honor of voting in our vaunted primary. Remember, this is to choose the eventual nominee of the Democratic Party, right? The one that's going to go on to run for president. Now, I know some of you will probably say, well, if you're so upset about independents not being part of the process, and so they won't join the Democratic Party, well, why don't they just create their own parties and vote in that instead of wanting to vote as part of our party that you obviously don't want to be a part of? Well, because it's the way that the system is set up. Independents and third parties are structurally disadvantaged from the beginning by design. Why do I say that? It's because the two parties actually run the entire process. It's so bad that third party candidates cannot even get into the debates. You remember Buddy Roemer back in 2012? Now, Buddy Roemer, like him or not, he did get enough of the vote to get into the debates. And then they decided to keep raising the bar. You've got to raise this much money. You have to do this. You have to do that. You've got to have this much polling. Oh, you got that much polling? Now we're going to raise the bar. You need more polling. You need this much money. You need to do a rain dance. You need to solve world hunger first, and then maybe, just maybe, we might let you into the debate. The two parties hold all the power, and they prefer it to stay that way. At the end of the day, this is less democracy. What you're doing by advocating for all closed primaries is that you're allowing both parties to hold a minority of the electorate to decide the choices that we're going to have in the national elections. I mean, sure, we have third parties running. Bless her heart, Jill Stein is running, right? And she's running on the on the Green Party ticket. But do you see her in any of the debates? No. Does she get any sort of media coverage? No. Maybe from like Democracy Now!, and that's great. But that's not national media coverage. Most of the people don't even know who Jill Stein is. I mean, look, does anybody outside of a small group of diehard progressives actually know Jill Stein? You ever wonder why that is? Well, that's because it's the effect of the two-party system that it has on our elections. We don't let third-party outsiders into our debates. We don't let them onto the media. It's all Democrats, it's all Republicans, and to be honest, when it comes to some of these economic issues like neoliberalism, they're on the same side. It's amazing. Now, of course, closing off the primaries to independents, as Debbie Wasserman Schultz wants, would make it absolutely worse. We should be doing the opposite. We should be opening the primaries to everyone. But of course, Wasserman Schultz wants to do the complete opposite. She says she plans on doing it. Quote, well, not a quote, actually. She said that if she was able to make those changes, she would wait until after this year's election to implement a new structure for choosing the Democratic presidential nominee, so that a Bernie Sanders could never, ever happen again. That's not what she said, but that's certainly what she's probably thinking. Ooh, this was too close for Hillary Clinton. We don't want another Bernie Sanders type. We only want corporate-approved establishment politicians in our party. I hope she gets her ass kicked by Tim Canova in August, man. If you're in Florida, take part in the primary. Get a real progressive elected. One who actually believes in more democracy, not less. Because it's obvious that Debbie Wasserman Schultz is not a real progressive and doesn't represent the best interests of the entire electorate, not just Democrats.